For decades, the performing arts have flourished in schools across the UK, offering young people a creative outlet and fostering essential skills. However, performing arts programmes in schools are facing a rapid decline. Analysis by Schools Week found that since 2010, hours spent teaching art subjects in schools has decreased by 21%.
What we've seen over the past 12 to 15 years is that the arts have been moved to the margins of education in too many schools, and it feels in the state sector as if they're fighting for their life. So the first thing is that arts subjects by definition are more expensive to run. If you're wanting to run music, GCSE music or A-level music, some young people are going to choose to do it for GCSE or A-level and some are not, and therefore you have smaller classes. You're still paying the teacher's cost, right? But you're doing it based on having smaller pupil numbers. And what that means is it becomes more expensive to run.
The second reason we're seeing this decrease is due to the introduction of the 2010 EBAC, an academic performance measure that incentivises schools to focus on traditional academic subjects rather than creative ones. An exception to this is the Archer Academy in East Finchley. Because the Archer is a free school, it has more autonomy over its curriculum despite being government funded. This means that students benefit from a wider subject range, which gives the arts equal importance to academics.
Students in year 7 and 8 get 3 hours a week of CPA. So 1 hour of music, 1 hour of drama, 1 hour of dance. And then obviously in year 8 they make their options. I think there's over 120 children within year 9 that do one of the arts at least. And I think that shows not just the value of the arts, but actually the impact of that so many of them choose to carry it on.
I have a really bad timetable on the day that I have dance, but it motivates me to come into school and get through that because I know that I'll spend the rest of my day just doing dance, which is something I really enjoy.
I just think that school should be a fun place to go to, and I think drama and dance makes it fun.
In a way, it's sort of like an escape for me because I get to pretend to be someone else and act out things.
Some of my friends that go to different schools, they don't have any resources to do with school to do dance or drama. And then they're having to pay extra money to do things out of school. Whereas if I have it in school, then that makes everything so much easier.
You just see these incredible outcomes and students creating unbelievably, I think, advanced pieces of original theatre, doing so well in practical exams because they are just so brilliant at communicating with each other, at working together. We are just incredibly lucky that it is something that is recognised and the value that comes with those subjects, not just as a sort of an add-on to a curriculum, but actually to be at the heart of a curriculum.
But will the new Labour government finally be making art education a priority?
So what we've heard from Labour is a strong commitment to the arts, both from Bridget Phillipson and also from Lisa Nandy, who's the Culture Secretary. The problem is there is no money. We're in crisis across a whole range of different things. And you go back to my earlier point that the arts cost more than putting on maths and putting on science, in a sense. And therefore, you've got a tension between a government that says we want all young people in the state sector to experience the arts, but without putting their money where their mouth is.
5, 6, 7, 8, go! Up, 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 up.